Hey everybody, it's Anthony Fletcher. Thanks for coming to my channel, A Lender's Point of View. Today we've got a good one scheduled for you. We're going to learn everything about inspections and appraisals. So let's just dive right into it. But first, before we do that, I just want to say thanks again for watching my channel. And your viewing and subscribing means a lot to me because I know exactly what things are that you do like, what type of videos you do like, so I know in the future what things to go ahead and talk about. Also, let me know your comments. Okay, so let's get started. An inspector is somebody that is licensed by the state to go out and do property inspections. That means they can go out and they'll search through a particular person's house prior to or during the course of the sale of the house and check for issues that are with that particular home. When you go into contract, your realtor is going to go ahead and send you usually 2 to 3 referrals of inspectors out there. And then you'll call and hire one, and they'll schedule out a time to come to the home. They'll charge you between $400 and $600, and they'll get this inspection done within the inspection period, which is the first 10 days after the contract has been signed by all parties. It's really important that you go to the inspection to the last hour, if you can do it at all. And your realtor should be there too. The reason why is that way, when the inspection is completed and the inspector has gone through and reviewed everything in the house, he can go through that house with you and show you his report and point out all the things that need to be fixed on that house. Because his job is to find problems with the house, and he'll find a whole bunch of them. Some of them will be real problems, some of them will be very minor things, but he'll find them. And there's sometimes they'll even leave off a few items because, well, there could be so many problems out there, he might just miss a couple. So it's important for you to be there so you can walk through the house and look at everything else out there. And if you see things that he doesn't see, point them out to him so you can answer those questions for you. Okay, now he's going to create a report for you. And when that report is done, it's going to be about 30 pages long. And that report's for you, not your lender. Do not send that to the lender. If you send it to the lender, then what will happen is the lender will then use that as part of the loan package, and it will go to the underwriter. And everything that you have seen in that inspection package will be criticized by the underwriter. And it could throw up a whole bunch of bells and whistles and red flags, and it could actually kill the whole loan process. Because what will usually happen is the underwriter won't know everything on there, so they'll call for every sort of inspection process to be reviewed, maybe by a roofing inspector, maybe an electrical inspector, or a plumbing inspector, and then have everything to have to be re-verified once it's completed to show that it's been fixed. So that can cause a whole bunch of red flags. So keep that inspection on this side. It's for you and not the lender. Now, your realtor is going to go ahead and look at that inspection with you when it's been completed. And what they'll do is if there's issues that need to be done, fix, you'll create what they call a repair addendum. And that repair addendum is basically a piece of the contract. And what will happen is they'll turn around and send that contract to the seller, and the seller will then have some time to review it and decide if they want to fix the items, or sometimes what they'll do is they'll just offer to pay you a chunk of money in the form of either lowering the purchase price or giving you some money towards your closing cost. So they can help take care of your program, and that's a great way to use the inspection to save some money on the house. Personally, I would say get the inspection. They're not always required. It's because it's for you. But personally, I've had a situation where I bought a new house. I chose not to get the inspection. This is back my second house I ever owned. And my dad came later on and he found 27 different items that need to be fixed. My dad wrote out the whole 27 items, told me to get them fixed. And then so I went and talked to the builder. Because the house was under warranty, the builder fixed all 27 of them. But if I had bought a resale of a house, that means a house that had been so already owned and then they resold it to me, and I didn't get an inspection on it, then I would have been out of luck. So please get the inspection. It's worth every penny. Even though it's $600, it's worth every penny, and be there. Okay, let's talk about the appraisal. The appraisal process is done by a licensed state appraiser. The licensed appraiser, I'm going to use the state of Oregon because that's where I live. And basically, the appraiser has to have a 4-year college degree and they have to have 2 years worth of understudy work under appraiser. Now, they can sometimes also have work maybe as an inspector, a realtor, or a lender, someone in the construction field to kind of have that, consider that understudy work. But once they've got their license, they're a full appraiser. And what they can do is that they work for the lender, not for you, for the lender. And the lender hires them so that they can establish what the reasonable value would be on this particular house that you're buying. It'll cost you about between $600 and $1,000 for that appraisal. And what will happen is the lender will then order that appraisal through a management company that will contact you, get payment, and then find the actual appraiser to complete the appraisal. When the appraiser schedules the time, he'll usually meet your realtor there because your realtor may give him some information about comparable homes that have sold recently, or maybe special things that have happened to the home, special improvements or things like that that the appraiser may not know about. The appraiser will spend only about 45 minutes at the house. They'll walk the house, they'll take pictures and measurements of the entire house. And then what they'll do is they'll go, and for the next 4 hours, they'll go find a whole bunch of comparables, usually between 4 and 6, that are closely similar to your house that have sold within the last 6 months. From them, he'll do some different calculations to determine if the value that you're paying on your house is similar to what the values on these other homes are. Because, like I said, what the appraiser wants to do is to make sure he's determining value that you're paying for the house is a reasonable price. He doesn't want you way overpaying for this house. And he's also going to do some inspection of the house to make sure there's nothing that's unsafe about the house. So if he uncovers a wall that there's actually wires hanging down, then what will happen is that he'll say that needs to be fixed. If there's a hole in the roof, he'll say that needs to be fixed, and they'll create a repair addendum for you to send to you, and that you and your realtor will need to address with the actual listing agent. So it's important for your realtor to be there to see the inspection. And then once the inspection comes out in the form of paperwork, which might be 45 pages, the lender will send it to you so you can show it to your realtor. And then you guys go over it and determine if anything needs to be fixed. So there you go. There's the 2 different items in a short, quick video there of what the difference is between the inspection, and the inspector, like I said, works for you, where the appraiser works for the lender. But together, if you use these 2 programs right for your house, it can actually work to save you a bunch of money as far as in repairs down the road, and also potentially negotiating a better sales price. Thanks again for coming to my channel. I sure appreciate it. And we'll see you again another day. Bye now.